Hi everyone, my name is Megan Moulton and I'm a Client Success Manager at Coyote Creek Consulting. Today I'll be teaching you how to make bulk changes in Jira through the CSV import method. You may be familiar with another way, which is using the bulk change option native to Jira. I caution against using this method if only because it allows you to make one change to a field through one value through multiple fields. However, the CSV method will allow you to update multiple fields or different issues with the same field to multiple values. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm using Jira Cloud as an administrator for this demonstration. To go ahead and start, we're going to go to Filters up here, and we're going to create a filter for what we want. If you don't have a filter for the exact issues you'd like, go ahead and select Advanced Issue Search, and then Search Issues here on the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for something that has my project key and the resolution is empty, which will pull up the only 3 tickets that I want to change. You want to filter this query so it is exactly what you want, because in this method it will actually pull all the tickets your query does. Now that these are the issues that I want to edit, what I'm going to do is actually select the columns that I want to appear and the columns I want to edit. So if you select the column option here, you'll see all the columns that are checked. The only 3 that I want to be available to me for this demonstration are the issue key, the summary fields, and the custom field that I want to update. For this example, I'm going to be updating my department field, which is a custom field I've added. If you are updating a different custom field, you go ahead and add that. You can also update any system field. However, you always want to keep the key, the summary, and the one field you're going to be editing. So to do so, I'm going to uncheck any other field. And then I'm going to search for the field I want. So I'm going to search for department, and that's the custom field I want to change. Select it and hit done. And now my columns are going to rearrange themselves with the data I want. Now that I'm sure that these are the custom fields I want to change, I'm sure that they all appear and that these issues are what I want, I'm going to go to the export option up here on the right hand side and select Export Excel CSV Current Fields. If you select all fields, there will be more data than you know what to do with. I always recommend sticking to the CSV because any changes you make to this Excel document and import to Jira will affect the tickets. I'm going to go ahead and select Export to CSV. Now you can open this export in Google Sheets or you can open it in Excel depending on which you have available to you. The important thing is that you save as a CSV file once you make any changes. So now that my application is open, I can see here that there's now 4 columns. First is issue key, second is issue ID, third is summary, and the fourth is the custom field that I actually want to update. Do not edit any of these 3 columns. Leave them as is. If you are planning to update tickets, do not edit these 3 columns. If you are planning to create new tickets, you can remove the issue key and issue ID option and leave the summary and custom field. However, since I'm editing these tickets that already exist, I'm going to leave these 3. Moving on to the custom field I want to edit, I can now customize my department to exactly what I want. The catch is you're going to have to keep the actual value that exists in this department field. So my department field is a drop-down with 4 choices in them. I'm going to have to choose from those 4 choices. I recommend pulling Jira up side by side so you can review that, just in case you make any mistakes or any typos. Those will affect in Jira and cause a conflict in the ticket. Now, all of those cautionary aside, I'm going to go ahead and I can edit these fields. I can change as many values as I want. For instance, I can keep IT for the middle ticket. I'm going to change the top ticket to accounting because that's another department field I have. I'm going to change the third ticket to HR. And now that my changes are done, you can see that I've actually been able to edit 3 different tickets with 3 different values pretty quickly. Before continuing, I'm going to save my document, make a note of the name because I'm going to import it later. I'm going to select the X here. Back in Jira, I'm going to go up to here to Settings. I'm going to go to System. And then I'm going to locate External System Import. And that's going to be on the left-hand side under Import and Export. After opening external system import, I'm going to have the option to choose a CSV file. You can also import your projects from other options. Don't be scared by saying import your projects, because what we're doing here by leaving the issue key is we're going to update our projects, not import them. So going back to CSV, I can choose my file here. I'm going to choose the same file that I edited, which is, for my case, Jira 2. Under Advanced, I'm going to leave these options alone and hit Next. Here, I'm going to select the project that these are from. If you're doing this across multiple projects, check Defined in CSV, because this is going to be defined by your issue key. I'm going to leave these other two fields empty and hit Next. All right, so here's where you're going to get to choose what you're mapping from the Excel sheet to your Jira tickets. So the first thing I'll notice is Custom Field Department. I'm going to choose the Jira field this corresponds to. So this is going to be the department custom field in Jira, and select Map Field Value. What this is doing is mapping what's stated in the CSV to what Jira recognizes as a custom field, and then selecting Map to let the system know we want to import this field. I'm going to go down to Issue ID, and I'm going to skip this field and leave it empty. To Issue Key, I'm going to choose the Issue Key option, which is under Issue Fields. And then I'm going to select Map Field Value. Once again, if you do not have this field, you will create new tickets, not update tickets. And finally, in order to proceed at all at this window, you're going to have Summary checked. Here, I'm going to go ahead under Issue Field, select Summary, and check this box to import. By hitting Next, we can now verify the changes we have. So we're going to double check that all of my changes are correct. These are the 3 tickets and fields I'm updating. These 3 are going to stay, and then these 3 are going to stay. Typically, you don't want to make any edits in this field. If anything, if this is incorrect, go back to your document, change it, and come back to this page. All right, since I've confirmed everything is correct, I'm going to go ahead and begin import. All right, so depending on how long you have or how many projects or issues you're editing, this can take a while. Since I'm only editing 3, it'll be quick. One thing to note to make sure you've done something correctly is it will say 1 project and 0 issues imported successfully. The 0 issues imported successfully is important because that means no new issues have been created. It's also a misunderstanding. There is no project that's been created. This text is just something that will appear here. And if you really want to verify, and I always recommend verifying after making big changes in Jira, if you go back to your filters, you can either choose the filter you saved or you go to Advanced Issue Search. I'm going to go to my filter here. I'm going to go ahead and verify these 3 tickets have been changed as is. If you will remember at the beginning of this video, all 3 departments were set to IT. Now they're all set to exactly what I changed in my CSV file. All right, and that's everything you need to know about importing through CSV. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or look us up at the web at www.coyotecreek.com. Bye-bye.